Hello and welcome to The Big Fight, a show that is young at 22, the oldest running debate show on Indian news television. I'm Sanket Upadhyay. Two parts to The Big Fight today. Part 1, analysing the president elections. Not the result itself, because that was a foregone conclusion, but there is a story in the cross-voting. Cross-voting has happened in the past also, but the scale at which it happened this time around may not have dramatically impacted the result, but it is definitely a message for the opposition. You see, the state-wise analysis now shows that in many states, cross-voting has happened in favour of Droupadi Murmu. This, even after discounting the opposition parties who had openly pledged support even before the elections. So the big question is, where does this leave the whole idea of opposition unity? And if this is Action 2022, imagine the impact 2024. So on The Big Fight tonight, cross-voting in the presidential polls, is this an alarm bell for the opposition? That's the question that we are asking. Should this be seen as an alarm bell for the opposition? Also on the show, now there is a fresh bout between the centre and the Delhi government, this time over the excise policy. The LG has recommended a CBI probe now against Excise Minister Manish Sisodia. The BJP held a press conference to say that the policy change has led to a loss to the exchequer. Meanwhile, Aam Aadmi Party says there is actually an increase in revenue due to the new policy. Is there really a fraud committed by a policy change? Because if that is the case, this is a serious allegation against the Aam Aadmi Party, which was born out of an anti-corruption movement. Or is this a case of the centre going after the Aam Aadmi Party for political reasons? We'll get you an exclusive interview with Aam Aadmi Party MP Sanjay Singh in just a short moment from now. But first, let's quickly bring up all our guests for discussion number 1, alarm bells for the opposition ahead of 2024. Smita Prakash, editor of the ANI, Ashutosh, senior journalist and a political analyst, Lalita Kumaramangalam, member of the Bharatiya Janata Party and director of the India Foundation, Dr. Nasir Hussain, Rajya Sabha MP of the Congress Party, and Sushmita Deb, Rajya Sabha MP of the Trinamool Congress. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us on this discussion. We'll begin with what we call the first punch. Smita Prakash, you go first. 1 minute uninterrupted time.
Thank you, Sanket. I think, this whole talk about opposition unity, it's a phantom concept for now at least, because the presidential election has displayed this in absolute full glare. Mr. Sinha, in his concession note yesterday, he claimed that, and even during his campaigning, he claimed that the opposition parties came together on one platform because they were backing him. But the veracity of that claim is to be doubted, because the fissures were available right from the time of his nomination to even before his nomination, in fact, when the names were coming out. Mamta took the lead in picking up names, and she kind of fell back on Sinha when nobody accepted her offer. And then she completely dumped him after that. And the reason was because she would have preferred if Sharad Pawar had become the candidate. That would have paved the way for her to become the NDA chairman, because she's made it clear that she's the one who wants to lead the opposition and replace Modi in 2024. Sure. And she in fact, when she even had two minds when Droupadi Murmu's name was put up. And on Thursday, she made it apparent when she said that she wants a Trinamool to be the only secular party in the country. I'll come back to you, so I think the opposition unity as such is completely fragmented.
Okay. Ashutosh, your opening comments.
Sanket, I think the bigger question is, did Mamata Banerjee refuse to support Margaret Alva on the basis of ideology, on the basis of some national issues? No, it's only because of the ego. So if opposition leader has such a big ego that she was not consulted and he was not consulted, so he will not vote for a particular candidate, I think that's the biggest problem with the opposition. These opposition leaders, none of them, and I'm saying none of them, have a national outlook. They don't have a national perspective. They don't have an all India understanding of the problems of the country. They are basically confined to their states, and they are happy with their states. And that's the reason. So Mamata Banerjee is happy in West Bengal, and TRS is happy in Andhra Pradesh. Jagan Mohan Reddy is happy in Telangana. Stalin is happy in Tamil Nadu. Uddhav Thackeray is happy there. So now the issue is that if they all are happy in their own boroughs and they have no national outlook, how do you think that there will be a national unity and there will be a resolve to fight as a united opposition? That's the fundamental problem.
Okay. Lalita Kumaramangalam, your opening comments, ma'am.
Yeah, it's quite clear from the cross-voting that happened, and this, I think the data is all there out for everybody to see, that opposition unity was a farce in especially the president's election. I think there are a few points here that we need to make clear, that none of the parties that are being spoken about, the so-called NDA opposition parties, have really put their party first. Individual leaders have put themselves first. Some families have put themselves first. Some leaders have protected only themselves. Everything is about, what that individual is going to be able to gain from it. Not from, forget about the country, not even what their party may gain for it. It was very clear that Madam Murmu, the to-be First Lady, was way above in terms of acceptability, in terms of her I won't say personal character because that's not fair, but that she was an extraordinary woman, a competent, more than competent woman who's worked her way up the ladder, who knows what grassroots politics about, who's loyally supported by people from her own fraternity, her own community. Yashwant Singh Sinha ji, poor man, became just a scapegoat for the opposition's lack of unity. And forget about the national perspective. Do they even have a perspective for their own parties about how they are going to grow? An individual cannot only be the party.
A lot has been said about the Congress and the TMC, and it's only fair to get their view as well. The 1 minute of opening comment time is up. Sushmita Deb, let's begin with you, because the TMC, two of our panelists have spoken about the Trinamool Congress and the sort of response we saw from the TMC. Did you go soft or cold upon learning the candidature of Droupadi Murmu, and what was your decision dictated by ego when it comes to the vice presidential candidate? Your opening comments, Sushmita Deb.
See, Sanket, I would like to say that initially when the president's post was being decided on, it is the Chief Minister of Bengal who took the lead and met Sharad Pawarji, and I think 17 other parties. Congress party was one of them. And it is entirely her initiative that the names were brought up, and eventually Yashwant Sinha ji, who was a member of the Trinamool Congress, resigned to become the presidential candidate. So I think one should not question her intentions when it comes to taking the initiative to fight an ideological battle with the BJP. The president's election, as far as we are concerned, is not a battle between two individuals, but it is a larger fight of ideologies, which is the NDA bloc and the non-NDA bloc. Second thing I'd like to say, that when it came to the vice president's election, we have made ourselves absolutely clear that today, if so many parties have to come together, and let me point out that Mamata Banerjee came together with parties like Congress and the left, who fought her tooth and nail in the 21 assembly elections. So if she had an ego, like one of the panelists said, then she wouldn't even be talking to them. The left and the Congress contested her. Okay. I can use the same argument to say cut votes. But I think you got to give some respect to a leader who has 33 members of parliament in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha, and I don't think that's much to ask
for. Dr. Nasir Hussain, your opening comments, sir.
Sanket, we should understand that we are a multi-party democracies with parties with national outlook, parties with regional outlook, parties even down active in only one area of a particular state. So we now have two broad alliances that have been there for the past almost 2.5 decades, that is the UPA and the NDA. In both UPA and NDA, there have been instances where regional parties have gone out of these alliances. It is not only about UPA, it is also about the NDA. And especially in this election, we have seen in the past 70-75 years that the presidential candidate of the ruling party has more or less won all the elections. and regional parties in some way, being in opposition, they have voted for the ruling party candidate. Being in the ruling party with the ruling alliance, have voted for the opposition candidate. For instance, Shiv Sena, while being in alliance with the BJP, voted for Pranab Mukherjee ji and Madam Pratibha Patil. JDU, while being with BJP, voted for Pranab Mukherjee ji, and while being with Congress and RJD, voted for Kovind ji. So these kind of things have also happened in the past. But now, what is more important is all the opposition parties. So you're saying that we should not
read much into president election voting patterns.
We shouldn't read much into this, and this election is a completely different election.
But then what should we read, Dr. Hussain?
The parliament election will be a completely different election.
No, my point is, if we should not read this, then what should we read? It's not like, apart from the president elections, the opposition was one united lot.
Sanket, this election is a completely different election. Here, it's an indirect election. Elected representatives vote for the presidential candidate. Come 2024, it will be the people of India who will be voting for voting for the candidates in the Lok Sabha election. So that will be a different election. This is a different election. And it is not only in the UPA these things are happening, even in NDA.
No,
NDA which claims that all is very well with them. Where is Shiv Sena today? They are not with them. Where is Akali Dal with them? Where is BJD? They haven't gone away with BJD, TRS now and then. BSP is sometimes with them. BSP is not with them. So this is happening in both the alliances. But what is more important is the issues will be more important in 2024 election.
Okay. Lalita Kumaramangalam, would you like to respond to that? Dr. Hussain says that
yes,
you have your own fair bit of friends turn foes. So you must really not be pointing fingers.
No, alliances, partners come in, partners go out. The point is not that. Whether the alliance wins is also equally important. Now, even though the BJP has an absolute majority, we have never let down our allies, regardless of whether they have been angry with us or upset with us or criticized us. That is a different thing. It is a very open secret that in the BJP, we are told from the moment you join the party, two things. One, you jolly well learn to work at the grassroots and build yourself up from there. And two, that when push comes to shove, the party will come first, regardless. Now, I think this has been seen even in with a recent incident with one of our spokespersons, where, of course, we have gone in where a lot of criticism, etc., has been leveled. But that's a different issue altogether. The point here is that most, especially the Congress, for example, has neglected its grassroots so badly that many of its partners understand that they have almost been decimated. Remember, the graph of the Congress has gone from top to bottom, and the BJP has come from bottom to top. Now, I know everybody has their day, etc., all of that people will say. But at the point, it looks like many parties are living in their dreams. I don't understand. It's very clear. Look what happened.
Dr. Hussain's quick
look at what
right to reply,
happened in Maharashtra between a dynast and a common man. Now, when you keep seeing that entitlement is still one of the major planks on which many parties seem to be coming together, the Indians more or less have rejected it throughout the country. I don't think it's just about
quick right to reply of Dr. Hussain, and then we move on. Sushmita Dev also wants to come in. Dr. Hussain, quick right to reply, please.
See, let the BJP spokesperson point out one UPA alliance partner who has gone out. Now I just want to ask them, where is the Akali Dal? Where is Shiv Sena? They were NDA partners, and TMC was not part of UPA. They have sometimes BSP is with them, sometimes BSP is against them.
No,
sometimes
the JDU
BJD is with
has
them,
a very
sometimes BJD is
blow-hot,
against them.
relationship
TRS
with the
and YRCP, they are with them and they are against. Our alliance partners have not gone anywhere.
So, with all due respect, even though you claim your alliance partners have not gone anywhere, nor has your alliance. I'm sorry to put it so bluntly, nor has your alliance. I have a great deal of respect for Mamta Didi. I have seen her from a young child when she used to work with my brother in the Youth Congress. But she is a mass leader. Like her, not like her, agree with her politics, that's a totally different issue. The point is you have to be practical in politics. You can't live on what was there 50 years ago. Today's, most of India that votes today was born well after the late Indira Gandhi ji died. So we need to move with the times. By we, I mean all political parties,
Okay.
not just the
So
BJP, the Congress or
Sushmita
Mamata.
Dev's response.
We really need to be much more practical.
Lalita
He has
Kumara
not
Mangalam
answered my
says,
point.
that the UPA
Lalita ji,
alliance members have not moved, but the affiliation has also not moved any further. Sushmita Dev.
you see, it is Mamata Banerjee who said a few months back, Honorable Chief Minister, that you need to relook at UPA. So in one sense, I agree with Lalita ji that UPA was a post-poll creation. Okay, when left had some 60 seats and Congress had 100 plus seats. So now you need to relook at what kind of formation is going to happen, and that requires a repositioning of the Congress party, repositioning of Trinamool Congress, repositioning of the left, which is now dead in Bengal, but has some space, political space, and is doing well in Kerala. So yes, there has to be repositioning in which I think
So regional parties have to be pragmatic. That's what you're saying.
I'm saying
And be
that
realistic about their ground presence.
No, I'm saying a different thing. Today, regional parties are actually doing better vis-a-vis their fight against the BJP than the Congress party.
Okay, fair enough. Smita Prakash, I want to come back to you, and basically what Sushmita Dev is now saying, we heard the same thing in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 and now 2022, right? All these years we have heard that now let's reimagine the opposition. So it's 5 years of this reimagination. Do you feel that we have perhaps spent a bit too long in reimagining and rewiring opposition?
No, that's because at least there are some parties which accept that there is a need to reimagine. Next step is to reimagine it. Whereas it's the Congress, which is the largest conglomerate in that opposition. They are the ones who are ostrich-like, who just all they want to do is defend a family and nothing beyond that. So they don't even see the problem as it exists. They keep thinking that there will be a problem, that there will be a mistake that Modi and gang will make, and that's how they will come back to power. As far as what Ashutosh was saying, that there's a clash of egos in the opposition, and that's the reason why it's not happening, and they're happy in their burrows. I agree there's a clash of egos, but I don't believe that they're happy in their burrows. They want to get in edgeways into other states, but that's not happening. Why do they want to get in? Because they feel that, one thing is common among all of them, that they all want to become another Modi. But the thing is that they are not able to do it. Why become another Modi?
I'm sorry, I don't agree with that.
Leader, so they can also become a state leader. State leader, only in that respect. Only in that respect. No, only in the respect of a chief minister of a state becoming a prime minister. That's the only thing I mean. I don't mean in any other way. So now the mistake here is that right from 2013, Sanket, he and his team had imagined how they would do it. They first got solid and unflinching support at the grassroots level from their own party. And then they went about decimating the image of other opposition parties, whether it is talking about ill about other parties or whatever. But right from 2013, they had a 15-year agenda for their own party and for what they want to do when they come to power. A war room was made to decimate opponents, see their strengths and their weaknesses, go for it and have an agenda. You can't imagine that Swachh Bharat or Ujjwala Yojana and all came into being only when they came to power. No, they had planned it right at the beginning. Now look how far ahead they were thinking.
No, but then,
is there
Smita,
one political
don't you
party
think that would be a little
one leader
unkind
in
to
the
other
opposition
political
who's showing
arrangements?
that?
Because everybody had a war room, everybody has a manifesto. It's just that the time is not in your favor. Like the Congress, if I ask Dr. Hussain, he will say that many of these policies
a lack of lethargy, Sanket.
I agree with Smita. You can't take success for granted. You have no
But
idea
they
how
did
hard
act
we
on
work
it,
in
right?
the BJP, Sanket. You really don't know how
Ashutosh
hard
wants
we
to
work.
come in. Ashutosh, do you think that there is should we agree with Dr. Hussain, who says that don't read too much meaning into a president election voting, or should there be a lot of meaning into, let's put that graphic on screen if we can, of the cross voting in presidential elections and the signs of cross voting. In Haryana, Congress MLA says he voted for Murmu. More than 100 opposition MLAs and 17 MPs voted for Murmu. The number of cross voters in Assam is 25. 16 MLAs voted Murmu in MP and Maharashtra. 7 Meghalaya MLAs went for the new president. Gujarat and Jharkhand, 10 MLAs each. Chhattisgarh, Bihar, 6 MLAs each. 4 in Goa, 2 in Himachal Pradesh, 1 each in Haryana and Arunachal Pradesh. Are we supposed to not read any meaning into this, Ashutosh?
Sanket, if that gladdens Congress hearts, good luck to them. And good luck for the 2024. See, there are three things which has to be understood. First of all, none of these and I'm saying it upfront, none of these regional leaders, including the Congress leader, has a national outlook. And I'm saying this for the simple reason, because look at the India's history. In 1967, Ram Manohar Lohia has a national outlook and they had willingness to fight Congress. So opposition united together. In 1974-75, JP had a national outlook. He united the entire opposition, and the opposition realized that if they don't come together, so they merged their parties and formed a Janata Party. In 1988-89, look at the VP Singh. VP Singh united, formed a Janata Dal and forced Bharatiya Janata Party and the left to support him. Actually. Now the issue is, in 2022, the opposition has lost 2 consecutive elections very, very badly, 2014 and 2019. Still, if you think that by default they will come back to power, I think that they are living in some world. Rahul Gandhi, when the presidential election was there, that was the time when he was supposed to tour with Yashwant Sinha, if he was chosen as a candidate, to go to the different states, talk to their own leaders. He was not in India. How careless one can be. Second point is, and I think most of the opposition leaders, including the leader in Bengal,
I'll give you time, Dr. Hussain.
They are scared of Modi. Because when you're talking today, when the Partha Chatterjee is raided, Manish Sisodiya has been accused of, and a CBI inquiry is there. Sonia Gandhi and the Rahul Gandhi is facing enforcement directorate. The Uddhav Thackeray party is completely decimated. Sharad Pawar and his party, half of the party is in jail. So look at this. If they have guts, they should have challenged Narendra Modi. We are united together. If Manish Sisodiya is attacked, we will not spare you. If Partha Chatterjee is ready, we will not spare you. Come together.
That's interesting, because you know the position on Manish Sisodiya's CBI recommendation is...
Sanket, 10 seconds. Yeah. If Sonia Gandhi is grilled, Arvind Kejriwal is happy. Because he knows
exactly.
If Congress
and likewise,
they have a chance.
The Congress has supported the CBI probe against Manish Sisodiya. Dr. Hussain, I would like to come to you now. You're right to reply.
See, the problem with Aam Aadmi Party is they think it is only the Kejriwal who can. It is Kejriwal who can only defeat Narendra Modi. Nobody else can do. He is the new avatar. He is the new.
That's why we use the word ego.
He is someone who will carry on everyone.
So
see the point
do you have
here
an avatar?
You have to have a national outlook, and apart from BJP, which is there in power, the only party which has national base, the party which has national outlook, the party which has been there in power in most of the states or in all the states, or even now which has sufficient support base in the entire country is Congress party. Nobody can deny that. They can say whatever they want. They can accuse Rahul Gandhi.
But Dr. Hussain, don't you feel that it is time for the Congress party to be a little realistic? That's the point that Sushmita Dev is making. Be a little realistic about your ability.
Who is mobilizing? Now you tell me who is mobilizing the opposition parties in Rajya Sabha and Lok Sabha? Who is having joint meetings and joint protests in the parliament? Who is raising the issues of the people in the parliament and outside the parliament? Who is speaking on every other issue of the government which concerns the people of our country? Who rigged up the farm laws?
Okay. Sanket, let me come in here,
where Congress MP is not suspended in that, where Congress MP is not there in that. Who raised the issue of insurance bill? Who raised the issue of labor codes? Who is fighting against price rise?
No, no,
Who
but-
fought during the
One
COVID
moment.
crisis?
This has nothing
One
to do.
minute,
You
one
can
minute.
do all of this by
Just
being
1
together
second,
also.
sir.
Sanket,
I think
Yeah,
the
let
point
me
being
also
made
correct.
over
With
here
all
is to
due
be realistic about one's
the like-
abilities.
And
Congress-
It is very nice that you have
Just
performed
1
the
second,
function
can
of
I
the
come in,
opposition,
sir?
but
Can I
others are
complete?
claiming let's be together and be realistic. And Ashutosh gave some examples in the past where the opposition rallied behind united colors of opposition.
See-
Right now there is a
see,
divided
Na-
colors of
Nasir bhai-
opposition.
The-
One more.
Na-
So,
Nasir
Sushmita
bhai,
Dev first
see,
and then Lalita ji. Sushmita Dev
I
first.
Can I,
just
and then
need-
can
Lalita.
I,
I
can
just
I, can I
need-
complete?
Okay, complete. Why don't you complete?
The point is, in VP Singh, there was a leader who left the Congress party and who tried to rally the opposition parties at that time. So now the point here is we already have a leadership. Anybody can speak anything, whether we are defending one family or not. They have, because somebody was eternally biased against the Congress and Congress leadership. That is very evident. But the point here is, we already have a leadership. Everything is set in place. We have been fighting
I want to
in
come
all
in.
the states and
Yes.
fighting both in the parliament and outside the
Sure,
parliament.
okay.
What
Sushmita
is
Dev now
important
and then
is
Lalita
Okay.
Kumar.
whether the other
See,
alliance partners
Nasir
are
bhai-
going against Congress, whether the other partners going against
Nasir
Congress.
Nasir bhai.
Please allow the others
Nasir
also
bhai,
to
I-
Yeah,
And
yeah, sure,
Aam Aadmi
sure.
Party
After
and
Sushmita
TMC were not,
I just
not
need
part
30 seconds.
of UPA anyway.
See, Nasir bhai, first of all, UPA was a post-poll alliance, at the cost of repeating myself. So now the question is that after the 2024 election, after Congress has lost Kerala and Punjab, two states from where most of the MPs come, there is a real possibility that Mamata Banerjee, Chief Minister of Bengal, will have more seats than you in Parliament. So you have to look at that possibility. Don't take it as an ego fight. I'm not demeaning you. Be realistic. You are saying you are a national party with a lot of. Let me finish. I let you
Sushmita
finish.
ji,
I let you finish.
No, please
let me
let
finish,
her
Nasir bhai.
finish.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm
Please.
being realistic. Now you think about it. What is the presence of Congress in Odisha? What is the presence of Congress in Northeast? What is the presence of Congress in Andhra Pradesh? What is the presence of Congress in Telangana? And you have seen what has happened in Maharashtra. So to keep saying we are a party with a national footprint and we are a party with a national footprint, that is not the solution. That may be the problem. And if you retreat where you feel you can't perform and let regional leaders perform, you may be actually doing the country a favor and the nation a favor in the fight against Narendra Modi ji and BJP. That's the point I
Okay.
want to make.
Okay. Lalita Kumaramanglam.
Look,
Can
70
I?
years ago, not even 70, even 40 years ago, there was no hope that nobody, even in the BJP themselves, except perhaps Atalji and Advani ji, and many of our the generation earlier to us, the leaders who had worked so hard for so many years, thought that the BJP had even a shot at ruling the country. Today, the tables have been turned not because of any one single individual, but because of united, collective work which put our egos on the side. We all know that within the BJP, new leaders are given a chance. Competence is recognized. Regardless of who the tallest leader may be at a particular moment, it's also known to every one of us that you have to perform and you have to deliver. Now, where is the delivery in the Congress party, which still goes on harping on the fact that you belong to one particular family?
I don't know, this
You
is
also
turning out
need
to
to
be,
look at what Indian voters want. Okay. let
just
me
a
come
lot
to
of
this.
Congress
Can I-
bashing.
What do our
Can I
Indian
come in?
what do our
Which
Indian
is
but
not
I
the
want to say
intention.
something
The idea
about
was
the
to look at-
BJP.
do we know?
Can I
Do
come in,
we know
please?
what our
Yeah.
Indian voters want?
Can you come in,
Give
please?
them that. Whether it's the Congress or Mamata ji who manages to do that, I have to admit, even
Okay.
though she's not on
Sure.
our side.
Dr. Nasir
The
Hussain, last
fact
word,
is we
because
must have
I do admit
leaders
that
who
in this
appeal
debate
to their-
we've gone in the
who
direction of
appeal
a
to
lot
their
of Congress bashing.
constituency.
You're right to reply, please.
Can
The
I-
idea
can I-
was to
can I-
talk
can I come
about
in? Can I
a
come
larger
in?
We are
message
not
for the
bashing,
opposition
we are
and who takes the
discussing.
lead.
No, I'm
No,
not
can I
bashing
come
any
in?
Congress party.
So
What do I mean by that?
let the BJP spokesperson let the BJP spokesperson give us the list of the achievements of NDA and Narendra Modi ji. The rupee is falling, exports are falling, agricultural production is falling, industrial production is falling, GDP is falling, unemployment everywhere. People, those were put during UPA times above poverty line, about 20 crores have been put back below poverty line. These are the achievements. And the Chinese are sitting in our borders. Pakistan is showing us eyes. So what is your achievement? Your only achievement is you are divided India. Hindu,
Can I
Muslim,
intervene for
Hindu,
10
Muslim,
seconds?
Hindu, Muslim. That is how you are getting votes.
Okay.
That is how you are getting votes.
I've run out of
Are you
time.
getting
Actually
votes
very
on
You know, if
real
we
issues?
get into each of these
Are you
topics,
getting votes on real
we
issues?
will need 6-7
Where are your
hours
true
for a
blow
big
job?
fight.
Where is the Kala Dhan?
Yeah.
Sanket,
It's ironic
the
that a
situation
party
is
that
so
has less
bad for
than
the
50
Congress
MPs
party.
is asking
I just
us
want
when
to
we are
tell-
against
I want to
MPs in
say one
Parliament.
thing.
You tell me the achievements. Please tell us the achievements.
Situation is there.
Okay, I've run out of time. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us. Is this perhaps a reflection of how things are going to be in 2024, or will things change? There are still a couple of years left. Some comments on the coup app. Nisha has said, hearty congratulations and best wishes to Droupadi Murmu as president. Avinash says, Droupadi Murmu gets a surprise vote from Kerala, where NDA has no MLA. Actually, that is a real surprise that one MLA did think of voting Droupadi Murmu in Kerala. All right, before we head into a break, let's quickly play out this interview. We have an interview with Mr. O.P. Rajbhar. There is alliance trouble in the opposition in Uttar Pradesh also. Rajbhar voted in favor of Droupadi Murmu and he got a Y plus security from the centre. What does this mean for the opposition alliance in UP? Let's find out. ये बताइए कि आपका अखिलेश जी से गठबंधन है या सब छिन्न भिन्न हो जाएगा?
अब देखिए, हमारे तरफ से हम तो कोशिश बराबर करते रहे। अंदर बाहर विधानसभा के चुनाव में भी आपने देखा कि पूरी ताकत के साथ हम लगे और हम अपने इलाके में रिजल्ट भी दिए। और वही बाई इलेक्शन आजमगढ़ का हुआ और बाई इलेक्शन में भी आपने देखा कि मैं 12 दिन लगातार वहाँ 13-14 मीटिंगें एक दिन में करता रहा और मीटिंग करके जो है हमारी कोशिश भी की समाजवादी पार्टी जीते। और वहाँ से अखिलेश जी एमपी थे और उनके भाई चुनाव लड़ रहे थे और जो आज टीवी पर आकर के बयान दे रहे हैं, ये लोग एक दिन भी तो वहाँ नहीं गए कि चलो भाई कम से कम धर्मेंद्र जी बड़े नेता हैं, अखिलेश जी के चचेरे भाई हैं, हम लोग वहाँ चल के उनको जितावें। और ओम प्रकाश राजभर अपने 6 विधायक और 300 नेता लेकर के मैं 12 दिन लगातार वहाँ काम किया हूँ। तो ये कोई आरोप नहीं लगा सकता कि ओम प्रकाश राजभर की तरफ से गलती है। मैं विधानसभा चुनाव में भी बराबर सलाह देता रहा कि ये इसे हो जाए तो ये हो जाए, लेकिन कोई मानने को तैयार नहीं था।
नहीं, मैं इसलिए सवाल पूछ रहा हूं क्योंकि एक तो आपने द्रौपदी मुर्मू को समर्थन दे दिया और अखिलेश यादव ने यशवंत सिन्हा को घोषणा की। तो मुर्मू जी के समर्थन के बाद आपको लगता है कि विपक्ष में विभाजन दिखता है? ये सिर्फ आप ही की और अखिलेश जी की बात नहीं हो रही है, वैसे भी आप देखिए हर जगह ऐसे ही मत विभाजित हुआ।
नहीं, देखिए सबसे बड़ी बात कि विपक्ष में अहंकार बहुत है, एक दूसरे से अहंकार है। जैसे हम अपनी बात करें तो अखिलेश यादव जी ने उत्तर प्रदेश में वोट दिलाने की जिम्मेदारी विपक्ष को या यशवंत सिन्हा को लिया और बैठक बुलाई, उसमें भी अपने गठबंधन के किसी साथी को न बुलाना। फिर ठीक है किसी को नहीं बुलाया, लेकिन जिसके एमएलए जीते उनको तो बुलाना चाहिए। आप जयंत चौधरी को बुला लेते हो, ओम प्रकाश राजभर को छोड़ देते हो। प्रेस वार्ता करते हो तब भी ओम प्रकाश राजभर को नहीं बुलाते हो। और जो प्रत्याशी हैं रहे हैं यशवंत सिन्हा जी, वो भी वोट मांगने के लिए फोन पर भी उन्होंने नहीं समझा कि वो राजभर से कम हम कह दें। अखिलेश जी भी इस बात को नहीं महसूस किए। और इधर जो है द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी की तरफ से अपील, मुख्यमंत्री जी की तरफ से अपील और गृह मंत्री जी की तरफ से अपील, चारों तरफ से इधर वोट मांगा जा रहा है। अब अहंकार न बोल रहा है कि मुझे जरूरत नहीं है, जहां मर्जी हो तहां वोट दें। जब नहीं हुआ तब जाकर के मैंने 15 तारीख को प्रेस वार्ता करके खुलेआम, ये भी नहीं कि चोरी से, मैंने तो खुलेआम कहा कि भाई हम द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी को राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में वोट देंगे।
अच्छा, आपको लगता है विपक्ष एकजुट रह सकता है 2024 तक? राष्ट्रपति चुनाव में तो नहीं रहे, आपको लगता है यहां एक संदेश छिपा हुआ है विपक्ष के लिए?
देखिए, अब राष्ट्रपति के चुनाव से संदेश अलग है, क्योंकि देश की जाति व्यवस्था में सबसे निचली पायदान पे खड़ी द्रौपदी मुर्मू जी चुनाव लड़ रही थी। और जो लोग बाबा साहब डॉक्टर अंबेडकर, राम मनोहर लोहिया की बात को मानते, पंडित दीनदयाल उपाध्याय जी की बात को मानते, तो वो उन्होंने कहा था कि जो निचली पायदान पे खड़े हैं व्यक्ति उसको ऊपर लाया जाए। तो देश की सर्वोच्च कुर्सी पर बैठाने की बात आई तो उस समय दलगत राजनीति से उठ करके भी लोगों ने वोट दिया, जिसको सब लोग कह रहे हैं क्रॉस वोटिंग है। तो भाई पोक्सो क्रॉस वोटिंग का नाम दे रहे हैं, लेकिन हम तो ये कह रहे हैं कि लोगों ने बाबा साहब डॉक्टर अम्बेडकर का सपना साकार किया है।
अब एक मैं आपसे सवाल पूछना चाहता हूं राजभर जी, आपकी पूरी बात से पिछले कुछ महीनों से, एक पिछले इंटरव्यू में आपने मुझे ये भी बोला था कि वो घर से निकलेंगे कैसे नहीं अखिलेश जी, उनको एसी की आदत लग गई है, हम उनको हाथ पकड़ करके निकालेंगे। कैंपेनिंग के बारे में आप बात कर रहे थे। आपके बोलने से ऐसा लगता है कि अब आप और अखिलेश की बन नहीं रही है। तो फिर चलिए मैं पूछ दिए देता हूं, कब निकल रहे हैं अलायंस से?
हम देखिए इंतजार कर रहे हैं कि तलाक मिल जाए
हैं?
तो फिर हम कबूल कर लें।
क्या 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 बोला आपने, मैं समझ नहीं पाया। तलाक वाली क्या बात है?
जैसे उधर से तलाक हो जाए, छुट्टी हो जाए कि अब आपकी जरूरत नहीं है, तो फिर हम अपना दूसरा रास्ता तय करें।
अच्छा, तो आप तलाक का इंतजार कर रहे हैं। कौन मांगेगा ये डिवोर्स, अखिलेश जी या आप?
बिल्कुल, अखिलेश जी मालिक है वहां, तो बताएगा कौन।
आपको लगता है कि वो स्टेज आ गई है आपके और उनके बीच कि अब आपके गठबंधन का डिवोर्स हो रहा है या हो जाए?
हमारे हिसाब से तो नहीं है, उनके हिसाब से आ गई है।
All right, that was OP Rajbhar. So it's pretty much a done deal. You must have heard the way he's speaking that this is also an alliance which is about to break. So what exactly is happening in the opposition camp, and can they ever be united, or is this just just wishful thinking? We're taking a short break at this moment. When we come back, we'll get you an exclusive interview with Sanjay Singh on the other big story. Kejriwal versus BJP battle now over a liquor policy in the national capital. Center-state relationships, are they at an all-time low? Is this a confrontation, as the Aam Aadmi Party alleges, to put them down, to stop them from growing? Or is the Aam Aadmi Party actually, as alleged by the BJP, indulging in corruption? We'll listen into this exclusive interview after the short break.
तुम लोग सावरकर की औलाद हो जिसने अंग्रेजों से माफी मांगी थी। हम लोग भगत सिंह की औलाद हैं। हम भगत सिंह को अपना आदर्श मानते हैं, जिसने अंग्रेजों के सामने झुकने से मना कर दिया और फांसी पर लटक गया। ये हमारे दिल्ली के कामों को रोकना चाहते हैं। खासकर दिल्ली में एजुकेशन और हेल्थ में बहुत शानदार काम हुए, इसीलिए उन्होंने पहले हेल्थ मिनिस्टर को जेल में डाला और अब एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर को इन्होंने जेल में डाला। लेकिन अब देश खड़ा हो रहा है। दिल्ली से जो ये चिंगारी निकली है ये पूरे देश में फैलेगी और इसे कोई नहीं रोक सकता, बिकॉज इट्स टाइम हैज कम। अब
इन्होंने अपनी लाइसेंसिंग पॉलिसी नहीं बदली और जो नुकसान हुआ वो देश की जनता और दिल्ली की जनता का हुआ, क्योंकि इन्होंने लिकर माफिया को लाभ पहुंचाने के लिए जो है पॉलिसी जो है उसको इम्प्लीमेंट किया। और आई कैन ओनली से दैट ऑल दिस exercise was undertaken with ulterior motives which do not meet the eye, and what kind of losses have happened to public exchequer can only be, it's only for everybody to guess that what kind of monetary transactions have taken place is what we all wish to understand. And all this happened under the leadership of Mr. Sisodia and Mr. Kejriwal. One of the ministers is in jail who on the charges of money laundering. Other minister's name is cropping up in excise related issues. Under these circumstances, I think the leader of such people, Mr. Kejriwal, must come in the open and answer these questions. मैं इस भाषा का प्रयोग नहीं करना चाहती। हम किसकी औलाद है, वो किसकी औलाद है, ये भाषा जो है एक मुख्यमंत्री को शोभा नहीं देती, खास तौर पे जब वो मेयर्स का कार्यक्रम अटेंड करने के लिए सब नाटक कर सकता है।
Joining us right now is Mr. Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party. संजय जी, आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद हमारे साथ जुड़ने के लिए। कुछ आरोप लगे हैं, बड़े गंभीर आरोप हैं कि 32 जोन में आपने 850 दुकानें खोली, उसमें चीफ सेक्रेटरी ने 8 जुलाई की एक रिपोर्ट जो दी उस पर एलजी ने कदम उठाए हैं, और लाइसेंस धारियों को टेंडर होने के बाद आर्थिक फायदा पहुंचाने का आरोप आपकी पार्टी पर लग रहा है, आपकी सरकार पर लग रहा है। क्या कहेंगे आप?
देखिए, मैं तो सिर्फ यही कहना चाहता हूं कि ऐसे फॉल्स एलिगेशन, बेबुनियाद एलिगेशन, झूठे आरोप पहली बार नहीं कई बार हमारे ऊपर लगाए गए हैं। मुख्यमंत्री पे सीबीआई का छापा पड़ा, कुछ नहीं निकला। उप मुख्यमंत्री पे पहले सीबीआई का छापा पड़ा, कुछ नहीं निकला। सत्येंद्र जैन पे एक सीबीआई का केस हुआ फर्जी, उसमें बाद में कह दिया सीबीआई ने कि हमारे पास कोई एविडेंस नहीं है। फिर सत्येंद्र जैन को ईडी के एक मामले में 2 महीने से जेल में जबरदस्ती रखा गया है। और आपको याद होगा कि हमारे 42 विधायकों पे कार्रवाई करके इन्होंने जेल में डाला, बाद में कोर्ट से इनको फटकार लगी कई मामलों में। दरअसल मसला यह है कि आज केजरीवाल की बढ़ती लोकप्रियता से, आम आदमी पार्टी की बढ़ती लोकप्रियता से राज्य दर राज्य जो हमको जीत मिल रही है, पंजाब के बाद और अब मध्य प्रदेश तक के जैसे राज्यों में हमें सफलता मिली है, गुजरात, हिमाचल में हमारा जनाधार बढ़ रहा है, इसके कारण से घबराकर, केजरीवाल से घबराकर नरेंद्र मोदी जी को रात में नींद नहीं आती और इस प्रकार के झूठे आरोप वो लगाते रहते हैं। मनीष सिसोदिया वो शख्स हैं जिन्होंने दिल्ली के 18 लाख बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा दी। जिस मॉडल को, केजरीवाल मॉडल को देखने के लिए अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति की पत्नी आती हैं, संयुक्त राष्ट्र संघ के पूर्व महासचिव आते हैं, नॉर्वे की पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री आती हैं, कई राज्यों के मुख्यमंत्री आते हैं। उस मॉडल को दरअसल ये घबराकर बदनाम करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं।
जी, ये बात
जो एक्साइज ड्यूटी की आप
जी, मैं वही सवाल पूछना चाह रहा हूं। ये देखिए, वेवर ऑफ 144 करोड़ रुपीस लाइसेंस फी, रिफंड ऑफ 30 करोड़ टू बिडर और 50 रुपए का जो वो लेवी है।
मैं आपकी बात को छोड़ नहीं रहा हूं, जवाब देने तो दीजिए। मैं ये कह रहा हूं कि ये पॉलिसी अगर खराब है तो 1300 करोड़ रुपए का मुनाफा कैसे हो रहा है सरकार को, इसका जवाब दे भारतीय जनता पार्टी। अरे भारतीय जनता पार्टी तो वो पार्टी है जिसका राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष कैमरे पर रक्षा सौदे में रिश्वत लेते हुए पकड़ा गया। आज वो लोग ऐसे झूठे आरोप लगा रहे हैं जिन्होंने देश के चंद पूंजीपतियों का 11 लाख करोड़ रुपए माफ किया। जो सरकार सीधे सीधे डीएचएफएल के घोटालेबाजों से, जिन्होंने 34,000 करोड़ का घोटाला किया, उनसे 27 करोड़ रुपए का चंदा लेती है। आप बताइए, सिर्फ इनके पास एक काम रह गया है, ईडी के, सीबीआई के, दिल्ली पुलिस के, कि केजरीवाल को तंग करो, केजरीवाल की सरकार को चलने मत दो, केजरीवाल के नेताओं पर, आम आदमी पार्टी के नेताओं पर फर्जी मुकदमे करो। तो मैं तो ये पूछना चाहता हूं कि अगर कोई पॉलिसी में गड़बड़ी है तो 1300 करोड़ रुपए का मुनाफा कैसे हो रहा है? हमने तो सरकार को मुनाफा पहुंचाया, दिल्ली सरकार को मुनाफा पहुंचाया। तो ये एक झूठा और बेबुनियाद केस है, और जैसे बाकी सारे केसों में कोर्ट से फटकार लगी इनको और सारे मामले झूठे साबित हुए, ये भी पूरी तरीके से झूठा साबित
लेकिन ये
होगा।
चीफ सेक्रेटरी की रिपोर्ट के आधार पर सीबीआई की जांच हो रही है।
के मामले में कंपटीशन कीजिए।
मेरा ये कहना है कि जो चीफ
देखिए
सेक्रेटरी,
ऐसा है,
हाँ,
आपको भी मालूम है चीफ सेक्रेटरी किसके हैं, आपको भी मालूम है एलजी किसके हैं। एलजी से हम कब से जूझ रहे हैं, जब से सरकार बनी है। एक अपना प्रतिनिधि बीजेपी के लोग बैठाल देते हैं। अरे भाई, ये वही एलजी का दफ्तर है जहां 9 दिन तक मुख्यमंत्री को धरने पर बैठना पड़ता है मिलने के लिए एलजी से। तो इसकी बातें मत कीजिए कि एलजी किस आधार पर काम कर रहे हैं या चीफ सेक्रेटरी किस आधार पर काम कर रहे हैं। मैं तो सिर्फ एक आंकड़ा आपको दे रहा हूं, 1300 करोड़ रुपए का मुनाफा हुआ है इस पॉलिसी से सरकार को। तो जिस पॉलिसी से सरकार को मुनाफा हो, इसमें हम किसी और को लाभ कहां पहुंचा रहे हैं? हम तो दिल्ली सरकार को लाभ पहुंचा रहे हैं।
तो आपका आरोप यह है कि ठेके के बहाने ठिकाना लगाने की कोशिश हो रही है?
बिल्कुल, ठेके के बहाने ठिकाना लगाने की कोशिश हो रही है, लेकिन ठिकाना लगा नहीं पाएंगे। केजरीवाल की लोकप्रियता आज इतनी है कि मध्य प्रदेश तक में आम आदमी पार्टी को बड़ी विजय हासिल होती है। गुजरात तक में, सूरत में हम 27 सीटें जीत के आते हैं। आज पंजाब में हमारी प्रचंड बहुमत से सरकार बनी। तो आज यही कारण है कि केजरीवाल को रोकना चाहते हैं। तो काम कीजिए ना नरेंद्र मोदी जी, आप एक फर्जी मॉडल जिससे बेरोजगारी देश में बढ़ रही है, किसान त्राई त्राई कर रहा है, महंगाई से आम आदमी की कमर टूटी हुई है। आप ऐसी पॉलिसीज लेके आ रहे हैं जिससे देश तबाह हो रहा है और आपके चंद पूंजीपति मित्र अडानी जैसे लोग बिल गेट्स से ज्यादा धनवान हो रहे हैं। इस पॉलिसी से किसको फायदा हो रहा है? तो एक नकली मॉडल है नरेंद्र मोदी जी का, एक असली मॉडल है केजरीवाल जी का। जो केजरीवाल जी का मॉडल है वो आम आदमी को फायदा पहुंचाने के लिए है, जो मोदी जी का मॉडल है वो चंद पूंजीपतियों को फायदा पहुंचाने का मॉडल है। और इसी से घबरा के रात में नींद नहीं आती मोदी जी को।
हाँ, एक सवाल मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं संजय जी, ये जो रिपोर्ट है इसमें यह भी कहा है कि इन फैसलों से सरकारी खजाने को काफी नुकसान की बात बताई गई है। आप कह रहे हैं मुनाफा हुआ है, हम कौन सी बात
को बताया? मैंने तो आपको बताया। आप फैक्ट्स मानिए, आप जो सही है उसको मानिए। मैं तो कह रहा हूं आपको आधिकारिक रूप से 1300 करोड़ रुपए का फायदा इस पॉलिसी से दिल्ली सरकार को होगा।
संजय जी, मेरा आखिरी सवाल आप ये बताइए,
मनगढ़ंत और झूठे आरोप कुछ भी लगाने हैं तो लगाइए।
हाँ,
पहले भी ऐसे मनगढ़ंत और झूठे क्या निकला? सीबीआई के दफ्तर पे सीबीआई ने जो मुख्यमंत्री के दफ्तर पे छापा मारा था, केजरीवाल जी के दफ्तर पे भी छापा मारा था, घर पे भी छापा मारा था, क्या निकला आज तक बताइए मुझे? क्या निकला? उप मुख्यमंत्री मनीष सिसोदिया के घर पे सीबीआई ने पहले भी छापा मारा था, क्या निकला? तो बदनाम करने के लिए लगातार ऐसे झूठे केसेस ये लगाते रहते हैं। अरे भाई, ये वो लोग हैं जो सोमनाथ भारती का कुत्ता पकड़ने के लिए 40 दिल्ली पुलिस वालों को भेज देते हैं। इनको ललित मोदी का भ्रष्टाचार नहीं दिखता, इनको डीएचएफएल का भ्रष्टाचार नहीं दिखता, इनको नीरव मोदी, मेहुल चौकसी का भ्रष्टाचार नहीं दिखता, इनको सिर्फ केजरीवाल से डर लगता है। मोदी जी को सिर्फ केजरीवाल से डर लगता है।
एक सवाल मैं आपसे ये पूछना चाहता हूं, देखिए
जो मॉडल है वो लोकप्रिय हो रहा है।
देखिए, एक इंडिविजुअल स्तर पर अगर हम देखें तो कांग्रेस पार्टी भी नेशनल हेराल्ड मामले में यही आरोप लगा रही है कि अनर्गल आरोप हैं, हमारे पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। आप भी वही आरोप लगा रहे हैं, हमारा काम अच्छा है इस वजह से हमारे पीछे पड़े हुए हैं। लेकिन ये वही कांग्रेस पार्टी है जो सीबीआई जांच का स्वागत कर रही है आपके खिलाफ।
मैं कह रहा हूं कि आप कोई बात मत मानिए, आप सिर्फ इतना मानिए कि ईडी ने 3000 छापे मारे पिछले 8 वर्षों में नरेंद्र मोदी जी की सरकार में, और उन 3000 छापों के जरिए जो केसेस इन्होंने बनाए उसमें मात्र 0.5% कन्विक्शन रेट है ईडी का। तो ये समझने के लिए काफी है कि ईडी एक बीजेपी के दफ्तर के रूप में काम कर रही है, सीबीआई उनके एक टूल के रूप में काम कर रही है, तोता मैना मिलके परेशान कर रहे हैं।
लेकिन ऐसी स्थिति में आदमी उम्मीद रखता है कि आप
सब कुछ होना है।
अगर आप कह रहे हैं कि सारे विपक्षी दलों को परेशान किया जा रहा है संजय जी, तो ऐसे में उम्मीद ये रहती है आप लोग सब एकजुट रहें, एक स्वर में बोलें। लेकिन विपक्षी एकता देखने को नहीं मिलती, चाहे वो ये मसला हो चाहे कोई और मसला हो।
देखिए, वो सवाल आप कांग्रेस पार्टी के लोगों से पूछिए। ये तो दोहरा चरित्र है कांग्रेस पार्टी का। जब उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होती है तो दुरुपयोग हो रहा है, जब केजरीवाल के खिलाफ कार्रवाई हो रही है तो सदुपयोग हो रहा है। ये कैसा दोहरा मापदंड है? मैंने तो आपको बताया ना कि हमारे ऊपर इतने सारे केसेस इन्होंने आज तक बनाए, उसमें कहीं कुछ निकला? कभी भी नहीं निकला। ऐसे ही ये फर्जी केस है, इसमें भी कुछ निकलने वाला है नहीं।
तो ये आपका
मूल
चैलेंज
बात
है,
यही है जो राजनीतिक बात है।
ये आपका चैलेंज है कि
यह है कि केजरीवाल के मॉडल से मोदी जी डरे हुए हैं। मूल बात यही है। क्या उनको रातों में नींद नहीं आती? वो सिर्फ यही सोचते हैं पूरी रात कि कैसे केजरीवाल को फंसाना है, कैसे उनके कामों को रोकना है।
आप बताइए, क्या आप चैलेंज दे रहे हैं केंद्र नेतृत्व
काम कर रही है?
क्या आप चैलेंज दे रहे हैं नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार को कि इसमें दोष निकाल करके दिखाएं जो कि अदालत उसको मान्य हो?
अरे निकाल के दिखाया कहां इन्होंने? कभी किसी मामले में नहीं दिखाया। मैंने तो आपको बहुत सारे उदाहरण दे दिए। बहुत सारे मामलों में हमें 42 विधायकों को इन्होंने पकड़ के जेल में डाला, सबसे कोर्ट में हम बरी हुए। फटकार लगी बहुत सारे मामलों में। तो आज कारण क्या है कि आम आदमी पार्टी इनसे संभल नहीं रही है। 3 बार दिल्ली में हमसे हार चुके हैं, 3 बार दिल्ली में हार चुके हैं। ऐसे झूठे आरोप, बेबुनियाद आरोप सबके ऊपर लगाना, पकड़ पकड़ के जेल में डालना। जो स्वास्थ्य मंत्री हमारा मोहल्ला क्लिनिक का मॉडल देता है, जिसकी लोकप्रियता पूरी दुनिया में है, न्यूयॉर्क टाइम्स उसके बारे में खबरें छापता है कि भाई कैसा मोहल्ला क्लिनिक का मॉडल है, वो भ्रष्टाचारी है, उसको पकड़ के जेल में डालेंगे। ये
और अब मनीष
तो
सिसोदिया
साफ तौर पे दिख रहा है। और जिस डीएचएफएल से 27 करोड़ चंदा लेते हैं, जो 34,000 करोड़ की लूट करता है डीएचएफएल, जो 17 बैंकों को खाली कर देता है, दिवालिया बना देता है, उस पर कोई कार्रवाई नहीं करता।
नहीं, तो आपका यह कहना है मनीष सिसोदिया जिन्होंने दिल्ली स्कूल मॉडल दिया है, इस वजह से उनके ऊपर कार्रवाई हो रही है।
18 लाख बच्चों को अच्छी शिक्षा दी। पिछले 5 वर्षों से लगातार इंटर का रिजल्ट प्राइवेट स्कूलों से सरकारी स्कूलों का बेहतर आ रहा है। आज दिल्ली सरकार के स्कूलों में स्विमिंग पूल का निर्माण, एयर कंडीशन कमरे बच्चों की पढ़ाई के लिए, और ये मॉडल देखने के लिए पूरी दुनिया के लोग आते हैं। अमेरिका के राष्ट्रपति की पत्नी आती है हिंदुस्तान, तो वो कहती है हमें केजरीवाल का मॉडल देखना है। लेकिन इससे परेशानी है मोदी जी को,
इसीलिए
सिंगापुर नहीं जाने देंगे।
सिंगापुर को लेकर के
सिंगापुर में जब
महापौर के सम्मेलन में क्यों केजरीवाल
सिंगापुर में जब दुनिया के तमाम देशों के नेता इकट्ठा हो रहे हैं, सिंगापुर की सरकार बुला रही है केजरीवाल जी को कि आइए दिल्ली मॉडल के बारे में बताइए, मोदी जी कह रहे हैं नहीं हम जाने नहीं देंगे। आप कैसे दिल्ली मॉडल के बारे में बता सकते हैं? तो आप इनकी मानसिकता समझ सकते हैं। ऐसे ही डेनमार्क उनको जाना था 2019 में, उस समय रोक दिया। तो ये लोग करना क्या चाहते हैं? सरकारों को कमजोर करना, सरकारों के अधिकारों को छीनना, छोटे छोटे कामों में अड़ंगे लगाना।